Hey there, I'm Mr. Terry and I'm a high school history teacher. Welcome back to another History Teacher X video. All right, a couple weeks ago, I covered a video on Eastern European stereotypes from this channel, Living Ironically in Europe. And you guys were loving it. It was getting a lot of views. So I went back into their catalog and I saw that just before they did that video, they did this one, which is European Stereotypes Explained. So it looks like we're going for all of Europe here. All right, link is down below to the original video. Please support that. All right, and I'll let you know what I think as I see this. All right, the memes.
Europe.
That looked awesome. What?
Every Midwestern white girl's favorite continent, and also a region chock full of stereotypes.
Wait.
Every Midwest
Americans, I'm traveling to Europe. England, France, Italy. I mean, that's where everybody goes. Let's be honest. Like, you're missing out. Even in Western Europe, you're missing out in Spain. I'm telling you what, when I went to Europe, my favorite places, maybe my favorite overall city, Barcelona, Spain. Holy cow, that is a cool city. Just a mix of everything. But yeah, Eastern Europe, sorry, and Germany. No, I mean, people go to Germany.
Western white girl's favorite continent, and also a region chock full of stereotypes. In the past, we've explained them all from
Albania.
every and any country in the Balkans, no matter how small.
Balkans is wild, though.
That's because you're not a country.
Ooh. Was that Kosovo? Hold on.
That's because you're not a country.
Well, not according to the Serbians, but like everyone else basically observes Kosovo, right? Man, that is a hot topic, man. I talked to Serbians about that, and it's like, woo, I'm staying out of that one. I'm staying out of the Kosovo argument when I'm talking to a Serbian.
But today, we're going further and farther than any man has gone before. That's right, baby. We're going to talk about Western Europe. Now, if there's one single country in
Not
Europe
as funny.
everyone collectively enjoys making fun of, then that's France. If you've spent any ounce of time on the internet or watching TV, you've probably seen something like this.
I've worked for 3 years in human resource.
I'm not consider myself as a fluent.
The union involves a strict responsibility and a deep solidarity.
An odd guy who
Okay.
typically speaks with a
Baguette.
heavy nasal European accent that can be quite snobby,
Baguette.
rude, full of himself, and in need of a lung transplant by the age of 35 from all the chain smoking.
Oh, yeah,
Usually the
gross.
French are associated with quite a variety of negative attributes.
By the way, I
Majority-
love Paris. I remember when I was going into France, Marabouts, you know, are like, you can't go to France. Like, they're burning the streets down, and like Paris is like disgusting and all this stuff. France was awesome. Paris was fantastic. I mean, I know it was in the summer when all like the Parisians leave and mostly touristy places. I get that, but I loved it. Clean, peaceful, fun. It was great. I liked France.
of
man.
which were assigned to them by none other than
Oh,
the
gosh.
British. Before the 19th century, for the last 800 years, the favorite pastime of the British and French was trying to wipe each other off the map. Sometimes the English would colonize them, sometimes they would colonize the English. It doesn't
100 Years'
really
War.
matter. The point is, during the
100 Years War, right? English are like, yo, we got castles. You can't siege us, France. And France was like, hold my baguette. Let me introduce to you cannons. Game over. Rip castles. Never made a comeback.
time of French rule and later on regular rule, a lot of the ruling class were of French or Norman origin. As the ruling class tends to do, they focused on distinguishing themselves from meager peasants by doing weird activities and taking a liking to fine arts. Because of which,
You guys seen that recently? Where protesters
weird activities and taking a
be like climate protesters and stuff, start throwing soup and junk to like priceless, you know, things like this. I mean, they're all covered in like like that's the Mona Lisa there. First off, I can't believe there was nobody there. When I went to the Louvre, like you can't even get close to the thing because there's a zillion people, which is too bad because all around it is like amazing other pieces of work. Like to the side of it is the giant Napoleon one, like the coronation it's the coronation of for Josephina just after he, you know, crowns himself emperor, but can't even get close. But yeah, this has kind of been a theme now of, you know, trying to make your message clear by going to some famous site like this. And yeah, you throw some soup and then, you know, have your political message or climate message, whatever.
liking to fine arts, because of which even to this day a lot of vocabulary for arts, law, fashion, politics, gastronomy come from the French language. Thus, as any normal sound people, the British saw this ruling class as absolutely pretentious and full of themselves, and then ended up subsequently assigning the stereotype to the entire nation.
All right, Europeans. I know the smug French thing gets talked about a lot, but like, who's the least smug of Europeans? Is there? And when I say least smug, are they actually not smug? You know what I mean? Let me know.
Themselves, and then ended up subsequently assigning the stereotype to the entire nation.
Nee, jij krijgt een enkeltje naar de rijst, terwijl jij
The
vuil
Dutch.
Known across the continent
Dutch VOC
as swamp
forever.
Germans for their language that sounds like German from a fever dream, and their habitat that consists
Dude, Dutch is wild though. Check out Jar Jar.
For their
Dutch Jar Jar. Like, that's not a language, Netherlands. What is this? What is this? Those aren't words.
that sounds like German from a fever dream, and their habitat that consists of unusable marshlands they somehow turned usable. The Dutch are another group of people across
Yeah,
Europe.
can we talk about that? I mean, y'all are high, okay, Dutch folks and whatever.
They somehow
Get your
turned
smoke
usable.
on. But like, your country is below sea level. There shouldn't be a country where the Netherlands is. If you have to do this, basically just build a wall. I mean, basically that's what they did. They first of the Europeans, you know, build the wall to keep the ocean from eating you. I don't know if you should have a country there.
The Dutch are
Respect
another
that you
group
made
of
it- made it
people
work,
across Europe like to poke fun at. To the less informed, the Netherlands is a home of stoners, potheads, and crazy European casual sex. Most of
gosh.
this image comes from the tourist's impression of Amsterdam.
I have never been to Amsterdam, though. I'd love to
Special
go.
Coffee shops
Looks awesome.
and infamous red light district. Yet, despite this, the Dutch are actually some of the lowest regular users of the devil's lettuce in Europe. However, a more pervasive
So it's just the tourists that come in and smoke. That's what it is. That's interesting. I would have thought, yeah, it would have been higher.
stereotype
Now, look how cool. I love the architecture. Like the colors. It's like, it's bright. It's
about the Dutch is that they're stingy. As a common joke in
Oh, is that
Belgium
right?
would put it, how does a Dutchman make a cake? He
I didn't know
goes
they're
to his
stingy.
neighbor to borrow 4 cups of flour, 3 eggs, a cup of milk, and etc. etc. Because of the stereotype, in English there's a term going Dutch, which means
I had no
splitting the
idea
bill
that they were
evenly. Because apparently
cheap
it is
George
a cardinal
Costanzas.
sin in the Netherlands to treat someone. During house parties in the Netherlands, every guest only receives 1 cube of cheese and lunch meat rather than a nice full platter. I don't really know where this stereotype
take some meat and
originates from,
cheese.
but if you do, please let me know in the comment section down below. It's also a great stereotype that the Dutch are the bluntest people on earth. In Dutch,
Oh, really?
there's even a word for it.
Bespreekbaarheid.
it's not a
Meaning
word.
that everything can and should
That's
be
not a word.
spoken
That's
out
just
loud.
like bleh. Someone just like made a sound.
So, if you've got a major insecurity that's caused you never to post any pictures of yourself on social media, then you better avoid the Netherlands. It is believed that this stereotype comes from the country's Calvinist identity. Within the Calvinist church, individual efficiency, reliability,
William of
and
Orange.
honest self-introspection are greatly encouraged. So, because of this, the Netherlands became, well, blunt.
Without acid come from Germany, everybody would be lost. The country is responsible for the holographic map.
If there's one country in Europe, nay, the world,
I was wondering where they were going to go with that.
The holographic map.
if there's one country in Europe, nay, the world, that everyone has something to say about, then that's Germany. Some of the
Dude,
more global
I love
stereotypes
that.
about the-
You guys know this
everyone
one?
has something to say about, then that's
This guy, this thing. Oh my gosh. Okay, this has got to go. You guys should be make sure you're enabling notifications because I'm going to be live streaming more, and I do intro and outro music, and I got to get this one. I forgot about this. This has got to be in my my intro music, dude. This I don't even know what to say. Funny German song. I don't know. Is it going to come up instantly on YouTube? Okay, stay tuned for that.
Germany. Some of the more global stereotypes about the Germans are that they're obsessed with rules and order, they can't stand not
Efficiency,
being
baby.
punctual, and if a train leaves by just 1.5 minutes later than it's supposed to,
Oh, no,
they
that
have
makes
a
me pissed.
brain aneurysm.
They're all about
and die.
efficiency.
And of course, they lack more humor than a graveyard filled with babies.
I love that South Park.
Interestingly enough, it seems that
I will
quite
now
a bit
tell a
of
joke.
today's modern German national
ate it.
character can be tracked back to the man who ruined Europe and is single-handedly to blame blame for the existence of megachurches. Martin Luther, the Protestant reformer, alongside being known for nailing posters on...
Dude, Luther, holy crap, dude. He absolutely just changed Europe. Just like if Europe was unified, or at least was pretending to be, he freaking cracked open Europe, and just the guts just are going to spill out and has never been put back together again. He is the egg cracker.
Churches and trolling the Catholics. Luther was also quite famous for his love of books and beer. In addition to this, he was also known for his love of order and rules. One of Martin
Fun fact, I think I also heard, was it John Green that in the Crash Course Reformation said he had horrible gas. He was like farted all the time.
Luther's best known quote is Ordnung muss sein unter den Leuten, meaning there must be order among the people. And as you know, Luther and his teachings were embraced by Germans with open arms.
This is why a lot of people are going to break off of Luther. He wasn't revolutionary enough, according to many people. You know, remember when he does all his work, right? He gets excommunicated and he writes the 95 Theses and all that stuff. And there was the peasant revolt, German peasant revolt. Remember, he denounced that thing because there were people that were like, yo, Luther, let's do we need to do like not just like a religious grievance here and religious revolution. We need a political and social one. Let's end serfdom. Let's do all this. And remember, as that revolt was going on, Luther was like, no, I'm not down with that. He's like, that whole like connection, there's nothing between you and God, and there's not this division of people and classes and whatever. He's like, I was just talking about in the spiritual sense and the religious sense. He's like, we need order and division, I guess, socially that way. But he sided with, there should still be nobles and there's peasants and all that stuff. And that pissed off a lot of people who then are going to branch off of Luther and be a lot more revolutionary than he was, because he did literally believe that social order was important. And he was just talking about the religious stuff.
Thus, as a result, characteristics associated with the Pope's greatest enemy also got associated with Germans. These stereotypes of orderliness and rigidness further got associated with people due to the Prussians as well, due to Prussia being a highly militarized society which valued order and discipline. As such, the Germans today will never live down the jokes of not being able to have fun and only giving their dogs a total of 10 allowed barks per day.
Are you from Austria? No, I'm from Germany. Oh, it's the same thing, isn't it?
Yes. Literally the same.
Now,
literally the same. No difference.
Why are you putting in Austria?
Ask Mustache Man. He was from one and felt like he was part of the other.
Just German's light version. And yes, you're right.
Dude, European Fanta is so much better.
A lot of the stereotypes that
American
are associated with Germans are associated with the Austrians as well. However, while we perceive them as the same people, in the German-speaking world, this could not be further from the case. Believe it or not, in Germany, the Austrians are considered as the extroverts and friendly bunch. I know, it's wild, isn't it? Because of this, and
Mustache Man ruined it for Austrians.
Rural, and because of their funny accent and dialect.
Hallo? Ich mag das 2 Bier bitte und ein Weißwein Schorle. Oder, sehr Chef. Oder, ja, komm mit 2 Bier und ein Sprit.
So Austrian is supposed to sound like degenerate. I mean, it's German, it's all German, right? But like Austrian accent is just degenerate German. German's more proper and outstanding, and Austrians just sound like what, drunk Germans? Is that what they're saying?
Many Germans also stereotype the Austrians as being hicks. The stereotype is so bad that Arnold Schwarzenegger, a native German speaker, wasn't allowed to voice himself in the German dubs of his movies because of the negative association with the Austrian accent.
Oh, really?
Let me be the judge of that. I'm tired of the same old faces. The same old thing.
Hercules.
Like it down there.
Fütyűz meg és hazudsz, mert egy szar szemét szaralak vagy.
Porque había llegado el 18 tiki-tiki-ti cuando iba saliendo de mi casa ya me estaban esperando.
Now, although this region of Europe consists of several distinct peoples with different histories, cultures, languages, and penis sizes, in my years of hard and tenuous research, I'm
not going back to that. You can rewind that yourself.
Everyone in Europe sees Southern Europeans the same way. One of the first stereotypes is being laid back and lazy. In particular, Spain is characterized by this the most. A leading theory for this origin is the custom of siesta. Originally, this custom came to be when most of Spain worked in agriculture.
I can't hate on siesta, man. They do that in South America too. It's like, okay, in the middle of your work day, when it's blazing hot, by the way, and it's like, yo, I can't be working out. I'm gonna die outside. You go home for like a couple hours, sleep, and then you go finish up your work. I'm down with that. We all need a nice midday chill. I'm down with this. All right. I know it cuts into like the hours per week they work. Isn't that one of the big economic criticisms? They don't work a lot of hours, but like, hey, you work enough to survive.
Due to the hot span
I'm down
of
with the
sun
siesta,
and hard
okay?
back-breaking labor, it became a normal occurrence to take a nap in the middle of the day between work hours as a way of avoiding the hottest part of the day and recuperating one's strength. And seeing that for the majority of European history, Catholics and Protestants were at each other's throats and fighting God knows how many wars, the trope of the lazy Catholic spread across the continent.
So they don't have to worry about that because like Spain, Portugal, Italy, they just cracked down on the whole Reformation. They're like, we don't have Protestants. They're not allowed here. They got rid of the Protestants. Earlier, they got rid of the Jews. It's like they abolished all that stuff. They got no enemies anymore. They can literally just go and sleep.
In Italy, the same stereotype.
Thank the Inquisition for that, I guess. All right.
In the south of the country. The northerners who have a milder climate and are less open to the concept of fun are characterized as being more similar to the Germans and Austrians. As a result, the South Italians as being lazy, backwards, and basically the Balkans 2.0. These stereotypes further spread as the
Roman
Southern
Empire.
Italians were the main group.
They're
that
still riding the Roman
migrated to
Empire
America from the
hard.
peninsula, spreading those stereotypes to the US as well.
Bear.
Perkele, siihen koske, saatana vie.
From the warm and sunny beaches of Iberia and Apennine Peninsula, we head north into the lands of snow, damp socks, and no sunshine.
Damp
which
socks?
somehow, despite everyone's abuse of antidepressants, is still somehow labeled as the happiest place on earth, Scandinavia. Despite being depicted as a fun-loving, jolly old puppet chef on the Muppets, the Scandinavians have a reputation across Europe of having the worst food
All
ever
surströmming
concocted on the planet.
Okay, I've heard of that. Are people overreacting when I watch like the surströmming videos of people opening that up? So it's rotten fish, canned fermented fish, and it's supposed to be the stinkiest food of all time. And I'll watch these videos of people doing like the challenges and they start vomiting and stuff. Is it legit? I mean, I think it is, but like, can any Scandinavians let me know? And do any of you actually like it? Is that a thing, or does it just exist to meme?
Because the land is unsatisfactory and the climate is less than ideal with a short season, there isn't a whole lot you can make.
They got what's his face? What's his name?
So they're kind of stuck with rank fish in a can. Who knows? Maybe that's why they take so many
gamer
antidepressants. They're also known for being obsessed with heavy metal, especially their version of Hungary,
dark
Finland. Why is this
death
the case?
metal.
I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with making up imaginary problems when your country is so perfect in every single way.
No.
Dealing with staying inside most of the year.
Yeah, I
Something
guess.
about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I don't know.
I was gonna say it's just dark all the time, right? So they got death metal. It's dark metal. It's dark, for so much of the year. It makes sense. But yeah, you got to have something. It can't just be smiles all the time. You got to have something to be angry about.
And yeah, that would be Western Europe. I know, not nearly as fun as the Balkans, but what can you do? Anyways, what are some of your favorite
Balkans be
stereotypes
wild.
from Western Europe? And are there any stereotypes I missed? Let me know in the comment section down below. And also, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like and click the subscribe button. And if you really enjoyed it, become a member like these wonderful people. Or go and check out my merch at theIronicShop.com. My name is Janusz, and you've watched Living Ironically in Europe.
Hey, why are you living in the USA?
All right, final thoughts. All right, another fun video from Living Ironically in Europe. These stereotype videos have been pretty funny, but he's not like overly. What would you say? Like he's still pretty cool and chill about it, He's not getting too, you're not crossing the lines there. And I know you want to see some lines being crossed when it comes to making fun of different places here. But anyways, this was a lot of fun. So anyways, if you had not seen the other video I covered, it was on Eastern European stereotypes, where this one was Western European stereotypes. I'll link it here in the ending credits so you can check that out. And yeah, with that, you guys, we'll see you all next time. Bye.